every Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. right here on High Impact 102.1 FM. The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
Oh, the goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season. Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. Fasten your seatbelt for the most exciting 30 minutes journey into the world of sports starting now.
Welcome, wherever you are.
On Sports Hub.
And here's a very good evening to you this evening, and welcome to Sports Offshore right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. This is where we get to serve you the latest and keep you up to speed about the recent happenings in the ever exciting world of sport, and I'll tell you sometimes controversial. Welcome to the show this evening, Wednesday the 16th in the month of December, year 2023. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and it's such an honor to be your host on the show tonight. Yeah, just so you know, I will be riding solo, but don't fret, it's going to be a sportilicious one. I will make sure to serve it to you with a lot of fact and make sure it is compact for you. Get your favorite beverage, might be tea, might be coffee. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride with me this evening.
This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM. For the best in sports entertainment, tune in to Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Welcome back to the show. And just so you know, you can keep track of these updates by following us across all social media platforms. You're live on Facebook and YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM. On YouTube, Impact 102.1 FM. Yes, let's go straight into it. Giving you the headlines. Just so you know, I've got stories from football, from basketball, from golf. But we'll have to start from the home front this evening. Let me tell you about the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 12. A couple of good outing for a couple of teams right there, with Kano Pillars defeating Akwa United in their game this evening, and then a couple of other winners. Atlanta FC of Owerri also got their first win of the season. Coach Kennedy Boboye getting his first win with the Nazar Millionaires right there, the former Nigerian Premier Football League winners. That's a good outing for them. And let's talk about the Nigerian Super Falcons as well, who were 2-1 winners over Cape Verde last night and made it 7-1 on aggregate to get themselves into the WAFCON 2024 in Morocco. What the calendar is going to be for Nigerians next year, talking about the AFCON 2024 and also the WAFCON 2024. 1 year to look out for in the Nigerian football terrain. Hopefully, we are going to be getting or laying our hands on one of those major trophies. And yes, still talking about sport on the front this evening. Yes, Nigerians are thirsty to win AFCON again. Sports Minister John Owan Eno has told Coach Jose Pesero earlier today in the meeting that was held right there in Abuja. Still taking you through the headlines this evening. Don't forget that a couple of matches some were played yesterday, and then a couple of others will be going down later this evening, 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll be seeing a particular one that I'm sure is going to catch your fancy, and I'm talking about the match between Manchester United and Chelsea. Manchester United will be hosting Chelsea at Old Trafford. Come and tell me about what are you thinking about this particular game. Do you think Manchester United can actually do this one against Chelsea FC, and what is your predicted score line for this particular game? Let's talk about it this evening. 07001021121. I'm opening the phone lines already. 07010211021. Or send me your predictions. 09072245018. 09072245018. Let's go straight into it. This evening, let's start with basketball stories, where LeBron James was able to score 15 of his 31 points in the fourth quarter, and the Los Angeles Lakers secured the last semifinal spot in the inaugural NBA in-season tournament with a 106-103 victory over the Phoenix Suns yesterday night. Anthony Davis also had 27 points and 15 rebounds, and Austin Rivers scored 20 for the top-seeded Lakers, who will face New Orleans Pelicans on Thursday in Las Vegas. The Milwaukee Bucks played the Indiana Pacers in the East semifinal. The championship game will be staged Saturday, with the winner taking home the NBA Cup. Let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, because I tell you, when the Bucks put together the duo of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, they are definitely envisioning their team would have the kind of offensive firepower it displayed yesterday night. Because if you see that game, then you know that that's some firepower right there, and the Bucks put up their highest point total of the season in a 146-122 victory over the New York Knicks to advance to the semifinals of the NBA in-season tournament on Thursday in Las Vegas, where they will face Indiana Pacers. And the Antetokounmpo paced the Bucks with 35 points and 10 assists, and Milwaukee improved to 12-1 this season when Lillard scores at least 25 points, but the Bucks showed an avalanche of 3-pointers to victory. Milwaukee made 23 of 38 3-point attempts while shooting 60.4% from the field. Just the second time in franchise history the team has shot at least 60% while taking 35 3-pointers. And from basketball, let's go straight into tennis right about now, where I will be informing you that former champion Caroline Wozniacki has been awarded a wild card for next month's Australian Open. The Dane, who is 33, retired in 2020 but returned in August after giving birth to her 2 children. Wozniacki reached the US Open fourth round in September on a Grand Slam comeback, losing to eventual winner Korygayov at the Australian Open at Melbourne Park starts on 14 January. The tournament has been extended to 15 days for the first time in an attempt to reduce the number of late-night finishes. And Murray, Rafael Nadal, Naomi Osaka, Aryna Sabalenka, and Elena Rybakina are among the 9 Grand Slam champions who will compete at the Brisbane International from December 31 to January 7. Taking stories from the world of golf right now. Golf World number 2 says that the new ball rules will make game more skillful. Golf driving ball rules will make the game more skillful again. That's according to 4-time major winner Rory McIlroy. The R&A United States Golf Association earlier announced significant changes to the ball specifications earlier today, and distances on T-shirts were reduced by around 15 yards in the elite game. McClory, who was saying that he actually think it will make the pro game more entertaining to watch, and people will see a different variety of game. The 34-year-old believes that shot shaping will come back into golf, and an increased use of long irons will mean the game at the top level will become a bit more skillful once again. McClory also said the new rules will have a positive environmental impact, as the bigger golf courses currently being built need more water to maintain their greater acreage. The PGA Tour and DP World Tour have both demonstrated support for the new rules. Talking about football on the home front this evening, yes, aftermath of the meeting that was held between the NFF, the Sports Ministry, and Coach Jose Peseiro. He has now said that Nigeria is thirsty for another AFCON title. With this declaration was made by Sports Minister Development, Senator John Owan Enon, after the meeting with Jose Peseiro and NFF earlier today. The Sports Minister met with the Nigerian Football Federation and Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro to discuss strategic plans and preparations towards the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The meeting held at the minister's office right there in Abuja was aimed at defining the roadmap to ensure optimal preparations and success for the Nigerian national football team at the AFCON, and also high on the list of discussions with the goalkeeping situation in the team, with Peseiro discussing plans for a new goalkeeper for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think this is going to be good news for a lot of fans out there. Senator Owa Eno, however, reiterated the government's planned support for Nigerian football and laid emphasis on the significance of the meticulous planning and cohesive strategies to propel the national team to victory at the AFCON. Don't forget that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be looking, or how should I say, will be eyeing a fourth continental triumph in Ivory Coast after winning the title on 3 occasions. Talk about the year 1980, the year 1994, and most recently 10 years ago, 2013. Super Eagles are, however, in Group A alongside the host Ivory Coast, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. As talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, just like I rightly mentioned for you, that the coach has discussed plans for a new goalkeeper with the NFF and Sports Minister, and now we are reporting that Super Eagles coach had the private sessions earlier today, and now we'll be looking to see if Coach Jose Peseiro will possibly be looking to bring in another goalkeeper, as it is right now being stated that Uzo no longer undisputed Super Eagles number 1. Well, it's more of a good news that yes, we now have the headway, or we can actually see a new person manning the sticks for the Super Eagles of Nigeria going into the AFCON. That will be much of a relief to teaming fans of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I want to believe every Nigerian is a fan of the Super Eagles anyways. Still talking about sport on the home front, the Nigerian Cricket Federation has released the final roster for the senior women's cricket team with 14 players as well as 2 others on standby for the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup Africa qualifier, which will be played from December 7 to 17 right here in Uganda. Head coach of the team, Leke Oyede, dropped the final squad after inviting 80 players to camp in one of the Nigerian Cricket Federation's high performance centers in Benin, Edo State. Our longest serving and most experienced player in the team, Blessing Etim, will lead the team as captain, and she's joined by other familiar names including Sunday Salome, Esther Sandy, Lucky Petty, Victory Igbenedion, Favor Esiegbe, and Christabel Chukwunonye. Amongst them include wicket keeper Sarah Etim and Abigail Igbobie, who are also making the team for the female Yellow Greens arrived Lagos on Tuesday ahead of their departure to Uganda, and then they will be seeking a first appearance at T20 World Cup with Nigeria in Group B of the qualifying series, along with Namibia, host Uganda, Accra vs Rwanda. Group A teams are Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Kenya, and Botswana. Talking about boxing on the home front this evening, fast-rising Nigerian boxer Adeyemi Okpeyemi has trained with unbeaten Reilwan Oladosu at the Caicedo Sports Training Center in Miami, Florida, as he prepares for his boxing debut in the United States of America. The 23-year-old Okpeyemi, who holds a record of 9 wins in 10 fights and 1 draw, will be eager to add to his 7 knockouts when he faces experienced Mexican boxer Ernesto Guerrero on December 8th in Orlando, Florida. This will be Okpeyemi's first fight in the United States of America, as all his previous fights have been in Nigeria, with 8 held in Lagos and 2 in Ibadan. 31-year-old Oladosu, who has seen the video posted on Instagram training the young boxer, has never fought outside Nigeria, but his career total of 19 fights with no loss or draws make him a good mentor for Okpeyemi. A knockout specialist, Oladosu won 11 of the 19 bouts by knockout, and in the video he was using the rubbers to train Okpeyemi on his checkup and balancing skills ahead of the fight against an experienced threat. The Mexican boxer Guerrero has fought 74 times with 34 victories and 40 defeats, and would be keen to school the young Nigerian in the bout in America. Most definitely there are difference to this particular one with someone who has a total of 10 fights in his career, who will be in the ring engaging that bout with someone who has actually fought 74 times. That's more like 60 times more than the Nigerian there, and then 34 victories. He has only 9 victories, by the way, and then he's been defeated 40 times, so you can tell he's more experienced than the Nigerian. But then all the very best to Oladosu Okpeyemi. Hopefully he gets to come out on top of that particular bout right there in the United States of America. Straight into football right now. Let's talk about games that were played in the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 12. What an atmosphere that was earlier today. And before we talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League, let me remind you, it's just 38 days to AFCON 2024. Don't worry, I'll be your timekeeper, and I'll always be here to let you know the number of days we have remaining before the AFCON 2024. 38 days to go, that's 1 month and 8 days. Result of match that were played in the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 12, where Sporting Lagos got an away draw right there in Umuahia. Abia Warriors were held to 1-1 draw at home versus Sporting Lagos. Sunshine Stars won the Southwest Derby here with a 1-0 win over 3SC. Atlanta FC of Owerri got their first win of the campaign with a 1-0 win over Bendel Insurance. Lobby Stars of Makurdi were 1-0 winners over Gombe United. Gombe United are still not recovering from that particular thumping by Kano Pillars 5-2 over the weekend, and now they have been defeated 1-0 by Lobby Stars. Kano Pillars are maintaining their momentum by winning 1-0 at home to Aqua United. Aqua United got a draw at Aqua United over the weekend, and now they are losing away from home. Aqua United, got a draw in the last game, and now they are drawing 0-0 at home to Doma United. Don't forget that Doma United, even if you are not going to respect anything they have in their squad, you have to give it to their goalkeeper, Kingdom Samuel Osai, who has actually kept the most clean sheets in the league this season. In 12 games, he now has 10 clean sheets and he has 2 assists. What a season is having. Niger Tornadoes, however, held Raymond Stars to a 0-0 draw at home, while Plateau United were 2-1 winners over Rangers of Enugu. However, in the Nigerian Women Football League match day 4 results, Atlant Queens played 0-0 with Conference Queens. Robo Queens were 2-1 winners over Remo Ladies. Nasarawa Amazon 0-0, Abia Angels, Adamawa Queens 1-0, Danas Ladies, Rivers Angels 3-0, Sunshine Queens, Edo Queens 3-1, Ekiti Queens, Royal Queens 1-1, Nigeria Tales, and Bayelsa Queens 1-0, Delta Queens. And even from football on the home front, let's go straight to Europe right now and then let's talk about games. Okay, let's start with the one that was actually played last night. What an incredible game that was at the Kenny Wall Road. And then it had to, we had to wait for the last minute, or should I say the last gap winner from Declan Rice, actually proving his worth and letting Arsenal realize that yes, they are getting a reward for the money they splashed on him right there. £105 million and never going down the drain. He's done that a couple of times this season. This is the second time he will be scoring the last gasp winner for Arsenal. Don't forget, he did the same thing versus Manchester United early on in the season. That was around September, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, his header deep in the stoppage time sealed an enthralling 4-3 victory for Arsenal over Luton Town. Great spirit from Luton Town last night. We score at the point in time they were on top of Arsenal 3-2, but then that's just a game of football. We love this game, don't we? And yes, that's just what it means for Luton Town as well. A pity they could not get that particular win, and then they are still up above the relegation zone with just 9 points. Hopefully they get to build on that one, because yes, they showed great team spirit and then showed a lot of grit and determination, but you cannot take it away from an Arsenal side who are actually showing the stars of a champion as we speak right now. And then talking about Arsenal, you need to give it up for a particular man, Bukayo Saka, making his 200th appearance for Arsenal and also getting on the score sheet in that particular one as well. But as much as we're talking about Arsenal, with their attacking firepower is making sure they are doing justice. Once again, Arsenal's goalkeeping side is still under question right now, with David Raya also committing a couple of errors. Let's say 2 errors that actually led to some goals from Luton Town last night. And yes, Mikel Arteta has refused to play the blame game after goalkeeper David Raya's error almost cost Arsenal dearly in that particular encounter last night. The Spaniard, who has replaced Aaron Ramsdale between the post after joining on loan from Brentford, was culpable as Luton Town scored twice in 8 minutes to take the lead. Don't forget that I was particularly caught out of position around, was it just after the hour break? I think that should be around the 49th or 50 minutes in that particular game, from that corner where Elijah Adebayo made it 2-2, and then that Ross Barkley shot that slipped underneath him to give the host the lead. Well, we can always go back and thank Kai Havertz, the Chelsea the Chelsea man. Now I don't want to use this word that's coming to my head. The Chelsea man, and also Declan Rice for actually saving Arsenal yesterday, and now they are 5 points clear, top of the league. One Arsenal fan will always tell you Arsenal are the elephants who are sitting on top right about now. Hopefully they just get to hold on to it this season and not let it slip off their hands once again. I am Radio 102.1 FM. You see the Sports Up Show right here on your number one urban lifestyle station. Don't forget that we're giving it to you as we see it, and we expect to hear from you in the same way. This is your best place to get the best sport buffet on a big platter. We serve it to you. Preaching the gospel sport for 30 minutes, and then we started from the hour of 7:30.
This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM. For the best in sports entertainment, tune in to Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Let's go to talk about games that will be going on the way in the English Premier League later tonight. Match day 15 in the English Premier League. One familiar face is going to be returning tonight, but then I feel like it's not the best of return if you ask me. Because yes, Chris Wilder will be returning to Sheffield Town, and yes, he will be taking the Blades, taking charge of the Blades in his first game back. Don't forget that he brought them to the English Premier League back then in the 2016-2017 season. But then due to the poor run of games and form for Sheffield United, they have to part ways with their former manager Ekinthorpe, and now they have had to go call back Chris Wilder, who only got sacked about 2 seasons ago. And now his first game is going to be at home against Liverpool, Mercer Jurgen Klopp. Looks like a difficult task for him here, but then it is football, and then anything can most definitely happen. Other games that will be played later tonight: Brighton and Hove Albion will be hosting Brentford. Crystal Palace will be hosting AFC Bournemouth. Fulham will be hosting Nottingham Forest. Not a good run of form for Nottingham Forest, but then for Fulham as well, showed a great spirit out there against Liverpool over the weekend. But then the great determination from Liverpool as well was enough for them to get that particular win. Hopefully Fulham this time around again will correct their errors, and then they will do the unthinkable right there in the game versus Nottingham Forest. Because Nottingham Forest, ever since Taiwo Awoniyi got injured, they've not been shooting from all cylinders as you'd expect from them. Meanwhile, Aston Villa on their own hands will be at home at the Villa Park and will be hosting Manchester City tonight. What a great game that is looking like already. Well, with no fresh injury concerns, yes. Unai Emery said, yeah, well, let's see what he's going to be doing. Don't forget that they've still got this unbeaten run that is very much on the way. But then, if you check the history book very well, looking at their head-to-head, Aston Villa have not beaten Manchester City in 15 competitive games since the 3-2 Premier League home win in September 2013. They've only drawn 2 and lost 13, and City have only lost 7 of their 46 Premier League meetings, winning 29. Unai Emery's side can equal the club record of 14 successful home league wins that was set in the year 1903 and matched from December 1930 to October 1931, both in the top flight. So they are able to win tonight. That will be extending their home league wins to 15. What a season Aston Villa having, and what a team Unai Emery is building right there. Villa have won their opening 6 home matches in the top flight season for the first time since 1932, breaking records from the 90s. You just have to give it to Unai Emery. And yes, let's talk about Oli Watkins, one striker that knows how to actually punch the goals. Don't forget that over the weekend, AFC Bournemouth, Dominic Solanke thought he's actually got the better of Aston Villa. Well, wait until the death end before Lee Watkins actually got his own goal back. I mean, that was an incredible game over the weekend as well. Lee Watkins has scored 20 Premier League goals this year alone, one shy of the club record for a calendar year set by Dwight York in the year 1996. Emery is winless in his 13 matches as a manager against Pep Guardiola and has lost all 5 meetings with Manchester City. For Manchester City, one player is not going to be available, and that's talking about Rodri. And Manchester City have lost the last 4 domestic games where Rodri did not play for them. Ruben Dias is also one short of 100 Premier League appearances. The reigning champions have won 25 of their past 26 league games played on Wednesdays, with the exemption of 1-1 draw at Brighton in May this year. Their last league defeat on a Wednesday came at Leicester on Boxing Day in the year 2018. I know one game that everyone is going to be talking about this evening is the game between Manchester United and Chelsea. And yes, midfielder Mason Mount is actually doubtful to face his former club because of a calf problem. The likes of Tyrell Malacia, Casemiro, Jonny Evans, Lisandro Martinez, Christian Eriksen, Amad Diallo are also set to miss the encounter later tonight. Chelsea will be welcoming their captain, Reece James, Marc Cucurella from suspension, but Conor Gallagher is still serving his 1 game ban. Talking about the head-to-head between Manchester United and Chelsea. Now, Manchester United are unbeaten in 11 league games against Chelsea since losing 1-0 at Stamford Bridge in November 2017, 1-4 and drawn 7. The Blues' last Premier League win away to United was also that game, 1-0 in May 2013, and then they've drawn 6 and lost 4 of their subsequent top 10 top flight fixtures at Old Trafford. And then there have been 26 Premier League draws between these sides, the highest total of any fixture in the competition's history. Not a good run of form for Manchester United at home, where they have lost 3 of their last 5 Premier League home fixtures, and the Manchester United have failed to score before halftime in 6 of their 7 home league games this season. Erik ten Hag's team have not shared the points in a league match since their 2-2 draw at Tottenham on 27 April, winning 13 and losing 8 of their past 21 fixtures. However, Marcus Rashford has scored twice in 18 games for United this season and has failed to net in any of his 10 appearances at Old Trafford. For Chelsea, they have lost 16 of their 37 league fixtures in 2023. Only in 1993, when they were beaten 20 times, have they lost as many Premier League matches in a calendar year. Manchester United decided Raheem Sterling has faced most often in his career without ever scoring, and the Englishman has made 24 league and cup appearances against Manchester United. Mauricio Pochettino's side have gone 7 top flight games without keeping a clean sheet, conceding 16 goals. But United don't have an attack too. I'm talking about Manchester United. One man that's actually shown resilience, has actually shown that yes, if you put your mind to it, you can definitely do it. That's talking about no other person than Harry Maguire, who has been named as the Premier League Player of the Month. I mean, such an incredible feat for Harry Maguire, by the way. When everyone was calling for his head, he stood his ground, and then now he's showing off for it, Harry Maguire. I mean, it's not easy feat for a defender to be winning the Premier League Player of the Month. Yes, the defender, just so you know, has faced some kind of uncertain future. Even over the summer, he was being linked with a heavy move away to West Ham, but then he remained at Old Trafford and has worked his way back into Erik ten Hag's plan, improved his performances, which is very, very clear to see. So which game is going to be doing this for you later tonight? Which one are you looking to, to put your money where your mouth is, by the way, because that's the best thing to do. Don't forget, in the Europa League, Villarreal will be hosting Maccabi Haifa, and in the EFL Trophy, Wigan Athletic versus Stockholm County, Reading versus Charlton Athletic. Spanish Copa del Rey, a couple of games are underway already, and yes, a couple of games have actually been decided. Some are presently underway right now. However, Sevilla will be traveling to Atletico Astoga later tonight, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, to Delano. Will be hosting La Palma. In the German DFB Cup, Sarkobin have actually defeated Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0, while Bayer for Leverkusen have defeated SC Paderborn 1-0. That one ended. Hertha Berlin are going to be playing against Hamburg. SVY VSB Stuttgart will be playing against Borussia Dortmund. In the Italian Coppa Italia, Fiorentina up against Parma, while French Ligue 1, Marseille will be hosting Lyon. Those are the games that will be going down later tonight. And don't forget that in the game between Bayer Leverkusen and SC Paderborn, the usual suspect, talking about Victor Boniface, got on the score sheet once again tonight. And yes, he's doing himself proud, doing the country proud as well. One person to really look out for. Incredible feat he's been able to achieve right there in the German Bundesliga. I am Radio 102.1 FM, and this is how much you can take on the show tonight. Many thanks to you for allowing me bring you this update this evening. Do well to join us on Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. where we get to serve you the 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and interviews on the Sports Hub show from 2 down to 3 p.m. Don't stay with us. The drop down still continues. Ayode Jajiboye is signing out. Make sure to be a part of Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Sports in the Jiffy will be coming tomorrow morning, by the way, where I get to tell you about the result of matches that currently are going on the way tonight. 10 a.m. to 10 minutes on the flip side of that. I serve you the sport in a Jiffy. Drop down continues. I'll be right back.
Are you following? Jazz up! Follow Who Know Road this December so that for you, whether it's a squeaky clean December or a dirty